On Global TV News Prime, 22 states get kits as Lagos cholera cases hit 500. Kano Court adjourns suit seeking to stop Bayero, 4 others as emirs. On the foreign scene, Trump-Biden battle in first U.S. presidential debate. And in sports, Flamingos drawn with hosts in Group A in Under-17 Women's World Cup. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyag Mufwebe. Tonight, we'll begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu has described the lingering insecurity bedeviling Nigeria, particularly northwest region of the country, as inherited security compromises. The president noted that banditry and insurgency facing the country is a likelihood of historical injustice meted out to the adverse victims of conflicts. Reflecting on his inaugural speech 1 year ago, President Tinubu stated that his government had promised to make Nigeria safer, and this aim, according to him, has been his topmost priority since assumption of office. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has arrested 4 out of the 6 suspects responsible for the murder of Brigadier General Owem Ondokwere, retired, who was murdered in the Lokogoma area of Abuja. Parading the suspects in Abuja, Commissioner of Police Bennett Igwe said 4 out of the 6 suspects were arrested following intense investigations by officers of the command after the incident which occurred on Saturday. Kikelemo Okere has details.
The police boss explained that the 2 suspects have now been declared wanted, while the duo, one named Malam and Ado, escaped with the general's pistol, while the knife used in stabbing him and his phone was recovered by the police.
Plus 2 others that we are declaring wanted now, immediately. We are the people who raided, 4 of them plus the 2 we are declaring wanted are the people that raided the house and killed the general. We have recovered the knife they used in stabbing him, and we have recovered the phone of the general from them. 2 of them that have been declared wanted, we are getting them. They have just left with the gun of the pistol of the general. Also,
some suspects were paraded for other crimes ranging from kidnapping, gun running to one-chance activities. Kikelemo Okere, Global Television News.
Thank you, Kikelemo Okere. President Bola Tinubu has directed that all civil servants drawing salaries from the government after relocating abroad should be made to refund the money. The president also directed that the supervisors and department heads of the corporates must be punished for adding or aiding and abetting the fraud under their watch. Tinubu gave the directive at the award night organized by the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation to commemorate the 2024 Civil Service Week. Let's turn to Nigeria's northwest now, where Kano State High Court, presided over by Justice Amina Adamu Aliyu, has adjourned till July 2nd, 2024, a suit seeking to stop the deposed Emir of Kano, Aminu Ado Bayero, and 4 others from parading themselves as emirs in the states. Meanwhile, Kano State Judicial Service Commission has taken disciplinary actions against 4 magistrates and 1 court registrar over misdemeanors. The decision to sanction the judicial officers was reportedly taken at the State Judicial Service Commission during its 72nd meeting held on the 11th of June 2024. Similarly, the Commission also at its 73rd meeting held on 20th June 2024 deliberated on the petitions received against Chief Magistrates Court 60 manned by Tijani Saleh Minijibir. The Commission said it viewed the actions of the Chief Magistrate to amount to serious misconduct and judicial recklessness, and unanimously took the decision to recall Tijani Saleh Minijibir from judicial duties for a period of 1 year effective immediately. In a related development, the police commanding Kano says it has deployed additional armed security personnel to the 2 palaces housing the contending emirs in the metropolitan local government area of Kano. The outgoing Commissioner of Police, AIG Hussaini Gumel, said equipped and armed personnel have been deployed to handle any unforeseen circumstances around the identified areas. Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammadu Abubakar III, has advised Northerners to challenge bandits and insurgents to overcome the menacing security challenge in the north. Speaking at the Northwest Peace and Security Summit in Katsina State, the Sultan highlighted that the consequences of banditry and insurgency on northern residents are devastating. The President General of the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs noted that it will take decades for the Northwest region to come out of the security challenge. The Nigerian Army has again reassured Nigerians of its unalloyed loyalty of all officers and men to the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Addressing a news conference in Abuja ahead of the 2024 Nigerian Army Day celebration, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, who was represented by the Chief of Policy and Plans, Major General Abdulsalam Ibrahim, said the Army remains committed to the unity of Nigeria as an indivisible nation. Let's join Kikaloma Okere for details.
The Chief of Policy and Plans, Major General Abdulsalam Ibrahim, who represented the Chief of Army Staff, explained that despite the challenges faced by the Nigerian Army in its 161 years of existence, the defense of the territorial integrity of Nigeria remains a major focus.
The theme was carefully selected considering the significance of transformation for combat readiness and proficiency towards attaining a robust national security that supports economic prosperity and resilient democracy in accordance with Mr. President's renewed hope agenda.
The 2024 Nigerian Army Day celebration is expected to hold in Jos, the Plateau State capital, on Saturday, the 6th of July, 2024. Kikeloma Okeri, Global Television News.
The federal government has urged states and local governments to scale up environmental health surveillance in places where food and drinks are sold nationwide. Such places include markets, garages, schools, restaurants, stadia, and religious and sporting events venues. Minister of State for Environment, Isiaq Salako, gave the directive in a statement in Abuja. Salako emphasized that the measures would help avert further spread and transmission of cholera, as well as aid in the prevention and control of the disease. Similarly, Chairman of the Forum of Health Commissioners of Nigeria, Oyebanji Filani, says 22 states have received test kits and other materials from the federal government following the recent cholera outbreak in some parts of the country. Reports say, however, Lagos State has recorded 500 suspected cholera cases as the government scrambles to contain its spread. The Federal Safety Corps, FRSC, has clarified that it does not intend to abolish patrol points in Abia, Imo, Ebonyi, and Enugu states. The announcement was made in a statement by the FRSC Public Education Officer Olusegun Ogungbemide to address reports in circulation suggesting the Corps had initiated moves to remove patrol points. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Kayamo, says the issue of extortion of passengers by officials of government agencies at the nation's airports is beyond the ministry's control. Kayamo, who stated this in a post on X, however, said the Aviation Ministry was working with other ministers responsible for the affected agencies to find a lasting solution to the problem. Stakeholders in Nigeria's aviation industry will on Friday, July 26, 2024, converge on Lagos for the 20th edition of the annual conference of the League of Airport and Aviation Correspondents to chart a way forward for the sector. The conference represents an opportunity for organizations to highlight its activities as it is expected to attract over 200 aviation industry professionals cutting across the aviation agencies, security agencies, international and domestic airlines operating in Nigeria, aviation support services, including travel service providers and tour operators. The Nigerian Air Force says its operatives destroyed 13 illegal refining sites and 7 Cotonou boats during an operation in Rivers State. Director of Public Relations and Information, Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gaboit stated that the Air Force also dispersed J5 buses attempting to siphon suspected crude oil products from surface tanks. Tonight, let's turn to other stories for you. The organized labor has urged President Bola Tinubu to consider consulting and reaching an agreement with its leadership before transmitting the proposed bill on the new minimum wage to the National Assembly. The union also admitted that their much anticipated meeting of the National Executive Committee, with about 300 labor leaders scheduled to be in attendance, is being stalled by President Tinubu's delay in forwarding the bill. The Lagos State government has issued a 14-day removal notice to owners of buildings and structures at Sangotedo area of Lekki and Okota, Isolo areas of the state, which were built on drainage channels. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, said this after an inspection tour to various contravention sites and ongoing drainage enforcement projects in Ago Palace Way, Isolo, Sangotedo, Lekki, and Ikoyi areas of the state. The police in Rivers State has called on the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees to suspend its planned protest over the closure of 23 local government council secretariats, citing credible intelligence reports of potential hijacking by hoodlums. This is contained in a statement issued by SP Grace Eringe Koko, the Command's Public Relations Officer in Port Harcourt. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemi Eso, has asked workers with higher national diploma to undergo 1-year mandatory training before their conversion from executive to officers cadre. According to a statement, Yemi Eso said this at a virtual interactive session with civil servants in commemoration of the 2024 Civil Service Week with the theme, Educate an African Fit for the 21st Century, Building Resilient Education Systems for Increased Access to Inclusive, Lifelong, Quality, and Relevant Learning in Africa. Rivers State Ethnic Youth Leaders Coalition says the call for a state of emergency in the states or impeachment of the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, will undermine the democratic process in the state. The group stated this while reacting to the position of the All Progressives Congress APC through its National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka on the impasse surrounding the leadership of local government councils in the state. You're watching News Prime, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. When News Prime returns, Nigeria's metering gap widens as estimated billing customers rise by 10%. We have those details and much more for you right behind this break. We urge you not to go away.
Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about 3 things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter, Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
This is Global Television bringing you a live broadcast of News Prime. Thank you so very much for staying with us. The federal government's plan to eliminate estimated billing by the end of 2024 faces significant hurdles, as evidenced by the recent increase in the number of customers on estimated billing across Nigeria's electricity distribution companies. The Nigeria Electricity Report by the National Bureau of Statistics for the first quarter of 2024 shows a 10% quarter-on-quarter increase in estimated billing customers as the metering gap widens. The number of customers on estimated billing rose from 5.83 million in last quarter of 2023 to 6.43 million in the first quarter of 2024, indicating a notable 10% increase. Let's look at the foreign scene for you. A major fire outbreak at a South Korean lithium battery factory, with one person confirmed dead and 21 others unaccounted for as the blaze continues to rage. Arisol, a South Korean primary battery manufacturer, owns the lithium battery plant. It is located in Hwaseong, just south of the capital, Seoul. And still in Asia, India police say the death toll from those who drank locally made alcohol had risen to 56, with 117 people in hospital recovering and several in serious condition. Plumes of smoke from funeral pyres darkened the sky over the Indian town at the epicenter of poisoning by a batch of illegal alcohol that has killed 56 and hospitalized more than 100. Joe Biden and Donald Trump square off for a historic United States presidential debate this week, with the stage set for what could be a pivotal moment in the 2024 race as millions of potential voters tune in. The showdown fires the starting gun on what promises to be a bruising summer on the campaign trail in a deeply polarized and tense United States still convulsed over the chaos and violence that accompanied the 2020 election. Death toll from a series of brazen attacks on churches and synagogues in Russia's mainly Muslim region of Dagestan rose to 19 today after gunmen went on the rampage in coordinated attacks in two of the republic's most important cities. Latest data from the Central Bank of Nigeria says federal government has spent a total of $15.55 billion on debt servicing between 2019 and 2024. In 2019, Nigeria paid $588.33 million in debt service between January and May, while the payment for 2020 was $5.40 billion. The debt service payments continued to rise in subsequent years, with $2.02 billion paid in 2021, $2.34 billion in 2022, and $3.43 billion in 2023. Forex turnover at the official foreign exchange market has increased to $23.29 billion within over 6 months of trading, following a flurry of reforms by the Central Bank of Nigeria. This was as the Naira traded against the United States dollar between the rates of 980 and 1,500 to the dollar between January and June. The Naira closed at 1,485 against the dollar at the close of trading activity. High prices of feed items in the market amid its availability do not speak well of the over 1.25 trillion naira federal budget approved for the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Feed Security in 3 years to manage the sector. This observation was made by farmers and other stakeholders in Nigeria. Farmers, under the aegis of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, also raised concerns about the devaluation of the naira, as they explained that this was also a significant factor that had made food unaffordable despite the over 1 trillion naira federal agricultural budgets in 2022, 2023, and 2024. To expand the news on business tonight, let's now join Kikelemo Okere of our business desk.
Hello and welcome to Business Report on Prime News. The Nigerian Naira exhibited stability in the official market, aligning with Fitch rating projection despite trading within 1,500 naira range against the US dollar in the parallel market. Meanwhile, the US dollar index surged to its 8-week high in the broader market. The naira briefly lost its 1,500 naira support level in the black market amid increased demand for the US dollars. Naira's fundamental brightened in June. The naira demonstrated relative stability against the US dollar. Data from the Financial Market Dealers Court (FMDQ) revealed that the naira traded within the 1,473 naira to 1,485 naira range against the US dollar this month. Its 100-day price swing are at their lowest since November, and its 10-day volatility is at lowest point in a year, attributed to hawkish stance of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The central bank has been aggressively influencing the foreign exchange market to improve liquidity, a crucial aspect of this effort. The bank has also implemented monetary policy tightening measures to maintain the value of the local currency. In a move to enhance transparency, the Central Bank of Nigeria abandoned exchange rate ceiling and adopted market-based limitation to attract dollar inflow, reduce volatility, and curb inflation, which surged to a 28-year high of 33.95% in May. The CBN raised its benchmark interest rate to a record of 26.25%. The regulator is combining a total rise of 750 basis points this year with significant naira liquidity mop-up through monthly bond sales and dollar inflow from external lenders. Recently, the African Export-Import Bank provided Nigeria with $925 million, the third tranche of $3.3 billion crude oil-backed prepayment facility aimed at boosting hard currency and availability in the local foreign exchange. Additionally, the World Bank approved $2.25 billion in order to support Nigerian economic reform, which should further enhance foreign exchange liquidity. The Nigerian Exchange Limited has fined 9 quoted 76.8 million naira for failure to file their audited financial statements after the regulatory due date. The companies were sanctioned for their inability to meet the regulatory requirements for the year-end 2022 and 2023 financials. The company include African Alliance Insurance PLC, VFD Group PLC, FBN Holdings, Sterling Financial Holding Companies PLC, among others. Further check shows that African Alliance Insurance PLC with 48.6 million naira fine for inability to file the 2022 annual financial statement when required. Central Security Clearing System PLC realized 7.284 billion naira transaction and depository fee in the year 2023 financial year ended 31st of December 2023. This was contained in the Group 2023 Annual Financial Report. The amount represents a 59.49% growth over 4.567 billion naira reported in 2022 by the group, and also cumulatively account for 80.97% of the total revenue of 8.996 billion naira. Further check shows that the key driver of the group's revenue in 2023 financial year emanated from the transaction fee, accounting for 4.911 billion naira as against 2.609 billion naira reported in the year 2022, representing a growth of 88.23%. The segment contributed to 54.59% of the total revenue of 8.996 billion naira. Also, depository fee income followed by 2.373 billion naira, an increase of 21.20% compared to 1.956 billion naira generated the previous year, 2022. The income from the investment also contributed 26.38% of the total revenue achieved by the group. Global rating agency Moody's says Nigeria interest spending on debt might consume up to 36% of the federal government revenue in 2024. The firm stated this in its review of the Nigerian economy, where it maintained the country's credit outlook as positive, citing the sustenance of reform instituted in 2023. According to the firm, the hawkish monetary policy stance of the CBN has pushed interest rates for local borrowing by the federal government from an average of 12.8% in 2023 to around 19% in the first 5 months of 2024. It explained that the interest payments would increase by around 1% of GDP in the year under review. Furthermore, the report noted that implicitly fuel subsidy payments due to the devaluation of Naira, which increased the cost of the fuel import, would put pressure on the government spending. It stated that fuel subsidy payments will remain high in the year but likely to gradually decrease. The firm also noted that beyond 2024, it is uncertain in its outlook for the country despite an increase in the oil production. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
Kike Lomo right there, bringing us a snapshot of business today. Thank you, Kike. Let's join Chung Annabelle Joseph of our entertainment desk for some interesting times.
Known as one of the most distinctive voices in Nigerian music, Chike has won the hearts of listeners with his captivating brand of music that embraces R&B, folk, ballad, and Igbo indigenous influences. Ahead of the release of his third album, Son of Chike, the music star has released a new thought-provoking single titled, Man Not God. Man Not God is a soul-stirring folk ballad that resonates with the timeless wisdom and profound introspection. This evocative single draws inspiration from the legendary Celestine Oku classic Ife Sinachi. The haunting melody, enriched by Chike's soulful vocals, creates an intimate atmosphere that invites listeners to deeply reflect on their journeys and the divine influence in their lives. The rich acoustic instrumentation and heartfelt delivery make Man Not God a powerful anthem of humanity and faith. Through the single of his forthcoming album, Son of Chike, Chike pays homage to the past while forging a path forward, reminding us of the grace of embracing our humanity and recognizing the ultimate sovereignty of God's will. American rapper Julio Folio shot dead while celebrating 26th birthday. The rapper, whose real name is Charles Jones, was shot and killed early Sunday morning while celebrating his 26th birthday. The incident occurred in the parking lot of a Holiday Inn in Tampa. Jones' lawyer, Lewis Fosco, confirmed the death. According to Fosco, the shooting happened after Jones was kicked out of an Airbnb for exceeding occupancy limits during a pool party celebration on Saturday afternoon. Social media posts from Julio Folio earlier in the day had promoted the pool party at the Airbnb. Following their removal from the Airbnb, the group relocated to the Holiday Inn where the ambush is reported to have taken place. The Tampa Police Department reported that 3 other people were injured in the shooting but are currently in stable condition. The investigation in the incident is ongoing. Jones had previously survived shooting incidents in 2020, 2021, and 2023, according to the First Coast News. Recall that recently, American rapper and former 1017 record artist Enchanting died at the age of 26. The rapper, whose real name is Chani Nicole Larry, died after being transferred to the ICU after reportedly suffering cardiac arrest due to an overdose. A representative for Enchanting confirmed her death, stating she came to our house the last 4 days to get clean. She tried her best and she did everything she could to help her. May their soul rest in peace. Chung Annabelle Joseph reporting for Global TV.
Thank you, Chung Animal, for that report in there. Let's turn to sports now. World Boxing Championship Intercontinental Champion Oluwafemi Oyeleye has secured a knockout win as he returned to the ring against Spanish boxer Leonardo Di Stefano in a super welterweight clash at the 2300 Arena, Pennsylvania, in the United States. The Nigerian-born boxer delivered a stunning performance, knocking out Di Stefano with a sharp hook in the fourth round. This victory improves Oyeleye's record to an impressive 16-0-0, with 10 of those wins coming by way of knockouts. He also handed his opponents his fourth loss of 16 and his third knockouts defeat. Euro 2024 hosts Germany have been hit with fresh defensive concerns ahead of their last 16 clash, with centre-back Antonio Rudiger in doubt with a thigh injury. The German FA says Rudiger would be in doubt for the match against yet undermined opponents in Dortmund on Saturday from the side's training base in the Bavarian village of Herzogenaurach. Coach Julian Nagelsmann will need to find a new partnership in central defense, with Jonathan Tah already ruled out of the last 16 match due to a yellow card suspension. Back home, Nigeria's women's under-17 national team, the Flamingos, have been drawn into Group A for the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The draw took place in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. The Flamingos will face the host nation, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, and New Zealand in Group A. This will mark the third time in recent that a Nigerian team will be grouped with the hosts, with the Falcons grouped with Australia at the 2023 Women's World Cup and the Super Eagles alongside Ivory Coast at the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Pistis Foundation, in collaboration with the Asuma Brothers, have launched a transformative initiative aimed at empowering 54 street children through sports and technology. And now time to join Anthony Mamadou for an update on sports.
Hello sports fans, welcome to Sports News Update. Barnabas Varga is stable in hospital after reportedly breaking several bones in his face after a sickening head clash during Hungary's Euro 2024 match against Scotland. Hungary manager Marco Rossi revealed that their crucial 1-0 win over Scotland, that Varga is expected to undergo surgery on a fractured cheekbone he sustained in the incident. The Group A match was stopped for around 7 minutes after the Hungary forward was knocked to the ground following a collision with Scotland goalkeeper Angus Gunn in the 67th minute. The trains are no longer to be relied upon in Germany. It has been the most surprising element of Euro 2024 for anybody who basked in the smooth operation of the World Cup finals 18 years ago, and it has ruined a well-worn national stereotype. For more 90 minutes in Frankfurt, Julian Nagelsmann's team, such a reassuring model of efficiency through their first two games, were on the brink as well, trailing to Switzerland seconds from defeat and ceding top spot in Group A to their neutral Alpine neighbors, until Niklas Füllkrug rode to the rescue. Füllkrug is a man Germany have come to rely on, and he delivered again, this time in the second minute of stoppage time with his head on the end of a splendid cross whipped in from the left by David Raum. It was a classic centre-forward header, using the pace of the cross to guide it back from the direction from where it came for his 13th international goal on 19th appearance, an impressive ratio. As the ball settled in the net and the home crowd erupted, the two teams switched places at the top of the group and changed destinations. A former Premier League striker was sent off in the Copa America following horror challenge on his opponent. Ecuador faced Venezuela at the San Francisco Stadium and went into halftime with a 1-0 lead following a goal from Brighton winger Jeremy Sarmiento. But Sarmiento's goal came after ex-West Ham and Everton striker Enner Valencia kicked an opponent in the face and was handed a red card in the 22nd minute. The 34-year-old launched for a mid-ball air in the box but was extremely late with his high challenge on Jose Martinez, leaving the Philadelphia Union midfielder in a heap. Valencia was soon given a matching order after VAR review, and his team would eventually suffer as they played a man down. Venezuela's John Da Cadiz leveled things up with a side foot from outside the box in the 64 minutes before Eduardo Bello snatched the lead with a rebound 10 minutes later. Valencia played for the Hammers from 2014 to 2017, notching 8 goals in 54 appearances. He was later loaned to Everton for the second half of the 2016-2017 campaign before moving to a Mexican side, UENL. Novak Djokovic was pictured training at the All England on Sunday, but the Serbian star remains uncertain on whether he will compete at Wimbledon. Djokovic was forced to withdraw from the French Open following his fourth-round victory over Francisco Cerundolo due to injury. Djokovic underwent surgery on his right knee in Paris 18 days ago after he tore his medial meniscus and now needs to wait and see if it has healed enough in time for him to play at the Wimbledon. Wimbledon's social media account shared photos of Djokovic on Sunday night welcoming the 7-time champion. Djokovic was pictured with a support on his right knee and right elbow, but will have a week to recover further ahead of the start of the Wimbledon on July 1st. The 37-year-old wants to avenge his previous men's final defeat against tennis prodigy Carlos Alcaraz, who earned a stunning first Wimbledon title in 4 sets last year. One day, Lando Norris and McLaren will get it 100% right rather than between 98 peg and 99 peg, and the World Championship fight will burst into life. They are so agonizing close to getting there that Norris is currently berating himself through a long days and restless night. Norris is now second in the championship for the first time, 69 behind Verstappen, but he added, "The car was amazing and deserved more." He learned as if he needed any prompting the truth that if you are hell-bent on winning the title, that you can't give Verstappen the slightest sniff. The Dutchman is too good for that, and he proved it again. Only 2.2 seconds separated the pair at the end of the 66th lap, and Norris was looking at the fraction of difference that made it so. And that's how we call it a wrap on the Sports News Update. I am Anthony Momodu.
Anthony Momodu's Sports Update marks the end of News Prime here tonight, but before we go, let's bring you a recap of some of our top stories. 22 states received kits as Lagos cholera cases hit 500. Kano Court has adjourned suit seeking to stop Bayero for others as emirs. On the foreign scene, Donald Trump and Joe Biden set to battle in first U.S. presidential debate. And in sports, we told you Flamingos have been drawn with hosts in Group A in Under-17 Women's World Cup. And that's it on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using our Global TVNG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Riyad Buffalo. They said a very big thank you to you on behalf of the entire production team here at Global Television in Abuja for watching. I'll see you again.